Alright, welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio, and we've got a couple new Praetors making today a double Death Guard debut. So if you are a Death Guard player out there, particularly of the Horus Heresy variant, it's time to get excited. So let's take a look. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe for daily reactions, reviews, and news painting, modeling, conversion tutorials. We may be several months into the Age of Darkness already, but Heresy Thursday shows no signs of slowing down. Its rolling calendar of Warhammer the Horus Heresy reveals. The Death Guard have an illustrious history of quality leadership, and although fancy ornamentation isn't their groove, unless you count spiked helmets, their Praetors stand out through sheer presence and authority. Today, we're graced with not one, but two Resin Sons of Mortarion from Forgeworld. So very clear that they are in fact Resin from Forgeworld. Always nice to see them letting us know the details right up front. So here is the first Praetor. So he's got a pretty cool hood thing going on here. Overall, decent amount of ornamentation considering Stormbolter strapped to the side. Can't quite tell what that is. Pretty beefy armor. Definitely like the overall look of it. Nice paint job as well. A big old axe right here. Let's see if we have some more pictures. There we go. The 14th Legion epitomize the steady, inexorable advance of time, prioritizing stubborn resilience over all else. Powerful suits of Cataphractii armor allow the elite warriors to advance through storms of enemy fire and reap a screaming crop of lives with the crackling blades. So really cool little fan system on the back here. Really nice detail. Oh, and then this is with the helmeted head right here. So we see the other head variant. Nice details on the hand. Okay, so he's got like an auspex type deal on the side here. This axe is really nice. I really like that half skull emblem. It's like a beat up old axe too. Yeah, this is a nice looking Praetor right here. This heavily armored Praetor takes a similar approach, joining his legion at the forefront of the battle-scarred, rivet-studded Terminator armor and a truly enormous axe. In grudging deference to the demands of fashion, he's donned a tousled hood common to Mortarion's favored officers. Alright, so that was the last bit talking about the first one. And then here is the second one here. So he's got a combi gun down at his side. A big old Reaper. Pretty cool looking overall. That little hand guard is a little excessive, but I do like it. Now he's got a helmetless head with a little mask on. Some cool details on the backpack. Definitely stands out. Nice armor. Fits the Death Guard, but not like crazy. I do like this centerpiece with like the little Death Guard looking, I don't know what it is, sensor I guess, kind of in the center. A center sensor. When a touch more mobility is called for, Praetors can opt for an immaculately crafted suit of Artificer power armor in the Mark III iron style. More importantly, this ominous figure carries the iconic weapons of his legion, a wicked power Sith. So just going back up here. So yeah, this is some really nice looking Artificer armor basically. Obviously we see he's still pretty chunky, but obviously not on the same level as the Terminator. I do like how this is kind of thrown over his shoulder and the kind of like rounded aesthetic to it. This is really well laid out model right here, like composition wise, in my opinion. I do like this. This is nice. And like the little bits of chain and everything behind, really nice looking model right here. And then if we look at the backpack up close, definitely has like the OG style to it. Really nice crafted cape. Here we see him with this helmet, much more of the Death Guard traditional style. A couple really nice looking Praetors right here. Again, I do like this overall. Looks cool. This is a little, that looks a little like floppity. Maybe if there was something like kind of connecting that so it's not flopping all over the place while you're like, you know, in the middle of war. I really do think this is excessively large right here too. I can't imagine a scenario where he's like, I need to put my hand all the way up here. And he's like, no, I need it down here. And I'm like designing this weapon thinking, I don't know. That part is a little off, but overall, really nice aesthetic. Form takes a distant second place to function in the Death Guard armory. Even their top leaders stay relatively restrained. No wonder their rugged armor would go on to endure millennia of Nurgle's rot. You can spot visual hallmarks that survived all the way to the present-day plague hosts, such as the abundance of drooping pipework. Alright, so yeah, pretty nice looking overall. I do really like this. I really like the aesthetic. I like that it's not symmetrical. The armor looks really good. The like chain mail looks really good. All the details, absolutely striking. I really like this backpack. This is a really nice looking setup on the backpack. Instead of just having like 3 spikes with skulls coming out of them, this has like an ornamental, like kind of metallic mounting point for all the skulls and the eagle. I mean, this is a nice looking model right here. I'm not a big fan of when people are carrying their guns at the side like this. I figure like a Space Marine would just carry it in one hand like a boss, ready to shoot it. But I get it. I mean, it's maybe like flung over his shoulder on a strap right there, and he's ready to like grab the Sith with his other arm. A nice little placement of the tactical rock. Really nice looking models overall. I like this guy. Sort of like the Death Guard version of the, chunky new Praetor. I think this one looks just stunning though. The other helmet though. I mean, this one's cool. I like the little like kind of breather apparatus sort of hanging down here. Unique look of like the knee pads and how the armor is just layered on. I mean, this really nice paint jobs too. But this is just, I mean, that's sick. That helmet right there is absolutely awesome. Really like that. I love the kind of like spiked crown around here. The actual paint job is phenomenal as well. Having like more of the like Death Guard-y looking symbols holding his cloak on or his cape. The detail in this fist right here is pretty stellar as well. The axe is awesome. The detail right here is pretty sick. Definitely a fan. I like how the old school like armor just appears to be like just layered one piece on top of the next. Auspex is pretty cool. Some really nice detail on both these guys. I do have to say though, with this helmet, this Praetor is by far my favorite out of the two. So let me know what you think for you guys out there that are Horus Heresy players, particularly Death Guard players. Let me know what you think of these models. Which one is your favorite? Also, which one is more viable in gameplay? Like, which of these is going to be a heavier hitter? Obviously, the Terminator would be a little more survivable, probably a little slower. But which one of these is going to actually like form and function, do better in game terms? I'm not sure how most people make up their armies in Horus Heresy. But pretty cool looking models overall. Pretty cool. I have to say both of these are really nice. I'm not sure what other options were out there for Death Guard, but I imagine that these have quickly made their way to the top of the best Praetors for Death Guard. I do wish they were in plastic, at least like one for each faction, but I get why they're doing them in resin. They're probably planning on selling a lot less of these than they would like a generic Praetor, so it makes sense that they do limited runs in resin from Forgeworld. Somewhere, that doesn't have to worry about a big amount of demand. I mean, you couldn't make just like generic Forgeworld Praetors that are really nice and expect Forgeworld to keep up with the demand when they can be used for like every Space Marine faction or every Chaos faction. But when you have an obscure guy like this or like a necromunda character or something, it's much more realistic that Forgeworld can handle, a run of 100 or a couple hundred of a model, but struggle when they get to like the thousands or more. So very nice looking models right here. Definitely give it to them. Beautiful sculpts as always. Probably would expect these to be somewhere around, I think like $80 or something roughly from Forgeworld. So maybe slightly cheaper, maybe 65. I don't know. I would have to double check, but I would imagine they'll be right in line with your typical Forgeworld Praetors. So really nice looking models. Definitely like them. I think the overall aesthetic, I like this guy better. He just looks like a hoss. But this one is pretty awesome too. Definitely both very iconic and really nice paint jobs. Definitely like both of these. So let me know what you guys think down below. As always, if you enjoy these videos, reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials, make sure to like and subscribe for daily videos for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, Horus Heresy, all that good stuff. But that's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.